Writing a good CV. When you are looking for work, you need an attractive, clear, and memorable CV that shows your potential employer all the skills and experience you have for the job. What should you include in a CV? This article mainly focuses on writing a UK style CV. If you are applying for a job internationally, be aware that the standard lengths, format, and tone can vary from country to country. It's a good, it's a good idea to check the expected format in the country or company you are applying to. Contact details. Make sure the potential employer has a way of contacting you. Include your full name, telephone number, and email address. Photo. In many countries, employers expect to see a professional looking photo on a CV. In others, like the UK, Canada, and the USA, the law prohibits employers for asking for a photo, and it is better not to include one. Try to find out if it is usual to include a photo in the working environment you are applying to. Education. List and date the most important qualifications you have obtained, starting with the most recent. You can also include any professional qualifications you have work experience. List and date the jobs you've had and the companies you've worked for, starting with the most recent. It's usually enough to cover the last 10 years of your work history. Include your job title, responsibilities, and achievements in the job. If you have a lot of work experience, give the job titles, but be selective about which responsibilities and achievements you highlight. Reduce the detail about jobs that are not relevant to the role you are applying for, and draw attention to the most important experience you bring. Skills. These could include the languages you speak, the computer programs you can use well, the class type of your driving license, and any other professional skills you might have that are relevant to the job you are applying for. 8. Useful tips. Before you start getting ready to list your qualifications and work experience, here are 8 useful tips to think about. 1. Keep it short but not too short. Your CV should be 1 to 2 sides of A4 paper. If you find you've got too much information, summarize and select the most relevant points. If it's shorter than a page, consider including more information about your skills and the responsibilities you had in your previous roles. 2. Use active verbs. When you describe what you have achieved in previous jobs, use active verbs for a strong positive effort effect on the reader. For example, to make a change from words responsible for, you use verbs like led or managed a team, a project, created or developed a product, a positive atmosphere, delivered results, training, and provided support training. 3. Fill in the gaps. Avoid leaving gaps in your employment history. If you were traveling the world on maternity leave or looking after small children, include that in the CV. 4. Make sure it's up to date. Always ensure the CV is up to date. Include the most recent experience at the top of each selection. Selection. 5. Don't exaggerate for lie. Your potential employer can easily check information about where you have studied and worked. Don't be tempted to lie or exaggerate about your expertise because sooner or later this will be discovered and many result in you losing the job. 6. Spend time on the layout. Make sure the CV is clear and easy to read. Use bullet points and appropriate spacing. Keep your sentences short, line after lists neatly, and use a professional looking font. 7. Check for mistakes. Mistakes on the CV create a bad impression. Use spell check. Reread your CV and ask someone else to check it for you too before you send it. 8. Include a cover letter. When you send your CV to apply for a job, you should send it with a cover letter or email to introduce the application. The cover letter should show your personal interest in the role, highlight the skills and experience you bring, and encourage the employer to read the attacked CV. Writing a good CV takes time and is hard work, but these tips and the effort will help you get the best possible start in the job search. Good luck.